guys, welcome to today's Coffee and Clarity chat. Today I am busting the myth that you need website, logo, all the fancy tools to actually start making money and start making an impact in your coaching business online. So Robin Chevry here, thank you for joining me today. And yeah, I'm gonna just dive right into this because the first thing that happens when we decide we're gonna be a coach and we're gonna show up and start helping change the lives of other people is we're like, okay, how do I make this a business, right? And what's the first thing we think of? Well, I need a logo, I need a website, I need like a marketing plan, I need a virtual assistant, I need all of these things. And I'm here to tell you that you don't need any of those to actually get started doing the work. And they're actually a form of resistance and like procrastination. So I'm going to tell you that actually you need to wait to do those things, because here's what happens. You start coaching and you start to realize that your work will grow with you. And so I'm not saying that you will never get any of those things implemented in your business. Of course, there's a place for all of that and it does elevate you to this next place. But when you're just getting started, the logo is not what makes the difference. The website is not what makes the difference. It's how you're showing up and it's who you're speaking to. It's how you're marketing yourself. And it's really even deeper than that, like knowing what it is that lights you up, why this work lights you up. So your work will evolve. So all the stuff on your website will evolve. Your logo will evolve. I promise you, I've had a few. So when I first got started, that was exactly what I did. I was like, okay, well, I need to make this business. So how do I do that? Website, right? You guys, I can't even tell you, I have built myself 2 different WordPress websites and I taught myself how to do it by watching videos online. And both of them I ended up, well, one of them was actually for my first business and the other one I ended up having a professional redo like way later. But here's the thing, like I never used it for anything other than like a form online, right? Which you can use, there's free services for that, that you don't have to build out. So I spent countless hours teaching myself how to build a website instead of actually focusing on the most important things, which is how do I reach potential clients? How do I explain to them what it is that I offer? And how do I get them into my program so that I can change their lives, right? Like that was the only thing I needed to be focused on, because once that's happening, then you can have someone build your website. You can have someone, do other things that you aren't super in alignment with. But here's what it is. We feel like it's easier sometimes to like, oh, well, I'm not going to focus on the marketing because I don't have the website yet, right? Like it's a form of resistance because we're really afraid to put ourselves out there. And that's definitely something that I struggled with. I was like afraid to actually say what it was that I do when I first got started, right? So this is actually why I put together this new ebook. I don't know if you've seen it yet, just launched the other day, but it is 10 stress-free steps to your first soulful 10K launch. And I really talk a lot about, your beliefs and alignment and how to speak to your ideal clients and who those are and what it is that you're offering. Because here's the thing, like you can get clients by showing up on Facebook organically without ads, without any of that stuff, because that's exactly what I did. I did it only through Facebook because Instagram's like not my jam. Maybe it will be someday, but it's not my jam. So it was all Facebook. It was all organic connections because I started showing up. I started speaking my truth and my story and connecting with the women that I could actually help. And that's what it was, being able to speak to that and say out loud what it is that you do in a way that your client hears you and understands. So when they show up and they start following you and they're in your space, like they know that you can help them, right? And they're ready for that transformation, and that's what you're there for. So it's really about all of those things. And of course, I give you a list of all of the free tools that I used, and there's like one that's not free, but it's like $14. So you guys, super inexpensive. Like you don't need to pay somebody to do a website and stuff. Like when you first get started, yes, that will come. It will come eventually, but that is not what you need. And if you find yourself resisting that, because that's totally normal, then that's probably the thing you need to do the most, right? That's actually really good advice that I like to give other people as well as myself. If I find myself resisting something, it usually means it's the thing that I need to do the most. That's probably the most uncomfortable, but it's going to move me so much faster and so much like better through my business. So of course I give you all the basic free tools, but I talk a ton about, you know, your belief system and how to speak to your clients, how do you market yourself online. So I hope you will go in and download that because it's just amazing, and really understanding that I didn't need all the fancy tools and I didn't need, you know, to hire a whole team. Yes, when you get started as an entrepreneur, like you are going to figure stuff out on your own. You're going to pretty much do everything, right? Like we don't always have thousands of dollars to invest in like a graphic designer and, you know, someone to write copy for us and a social media manager and like all these things. We do it all ourselves when we get started. And that's totally normal. But if you find yourself like just getting into the busy work and you're not getting results, then I highly suggest you stop and take a look and say like, what is the most productive thing that I could be doing that feels good, maybe a little uncomfortable, but what am I resisting doing, right? That's going to bring me to my next level. Because it's super easy to get into the busy work, to get into the, you know, learning about each and everything that you could possibly learn about for online marketing and being a coach. Like you could spend years and years and years stuck in the learning phase. Let's get you out and earning, right? Let's get you out and impacting. That is the whole point. And that's why you want to be doing what you're doing, right? Because it's not just about the money. It's not just about creating a business. Think about when you actually do that work, because whether or not you have a client right now, right? Like you probably, if you're becoming a coach, you've done this in your life, your whole life. At least that was something that I realized that I did. And so when I actually sit down and coach a client, and when I build that connection with them, and when I help them shift and elevate to their next level, get results in their business, like all of these things, like that is the work that fills me, right? And it's the work that I need to be doing on a daily basis. So of course it's uncomfortable to step out and market yourself and do all these things, but that is what fills you up, and that's what creates the results in your life. So I just encourage you to push through a little bit of that resistance. Just jump in and go for it. And go ahead and download the free guide, and I'll show you exactly what I did to create my first 10K launch. So I hope that helps you guys. Would love to hear your feedback, and if you have any takeaways from that, feel free to reach out for me. Otherwise, I will chat with you very soon.